Hey man, that's the experience, man. Being discovered by a different, species. Just all of a sudden walking around your basement, man. Discovers that you're recording them on your cell phone, man. I'm always thinking ahead. Anyway, happy October to you. Are you tired of acoustic instruments, man? Are you tired of it? I'm sorry. I looked up in the Guitkit file, in the grand file, and all my Guitkit history, because I don't really look at ever, you know what I mean? I just look at the date and like, well, this is the next date. I'll upload this, story. And I never look back, man. I look back and I said, wow, man, I haven't done an electric instrument since like July, man. October, man. I haven't done too many electric instruments all year long, really. That last electric instrument I'm talking about from July, that was like an electric auto harp, man. That don't even count. You know what I mean? That's like 0.75% electrical instrument, man. Hey, man. Teak is weak, man. What can I say? So, here we are. The winds are whipping in. Got a little jacket on. Right? This is my jacket from last year. This hasn't been my birthday yet. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe I'll get a new jacket. Maybe I won't. Who knows, man? Anyway, so, October being a new month, a new leaf on life, let's talk about an electric instrument fact. Because Guitkit hasn't really done it as like a little theme month in a long time. I don't think I've done it this year. You know what I mean? Let's make this Electric October. Well, didn't we have Acoustics January? I think we did, man. But that's beside the point, man. This is Electric October. All about the electrical instruments, man. Electronic guitars of the electrical nature, man. It's to plug into an amplifier to get a sound out, man. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. I got my jacket on. You know what I mean? We got nothing else to talk about. Let's talk about Samick, man. This kind of looks exactly like my first guitar, which was an Epiphone. I think it was called SK310, something like that. It was a Strat copy, you know what I mean? It had sort of like a Kramer headstock on it. Hockey stick, I believe. And, I love that guitar. You know what I mean? Like, I love life. I still have it upstairs. You know what I mean? My good guitars are upstairs. The rest of them are kind of down here. Anyway, so I was walking around the flea market 2 weeks ago. I saw this guy Mort. I bought some stuff off him over the years, man. You know what I mean? He's always set up, right in front of the flea market. Like right front center, right by the door, you know what I mean? So you see your shit as soon as you come out of the flea market. Ooh, you know what I mean? If you're like an inside dweller, I'm not even going inside the flea market anymore unless I need like something for the bakery. Or something inside, like fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. It's inside, man. Anyway, I digress, man. So I'm a digressor. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to stretch these episodes out. An Electric October. Right? So anyway, I've seen this guy. He had this guitar up on like, anything last week. I opened up the case, man. The case had a Yes sticker on it. I was, ooh, man. You see an old Yes sticker from like the 70s, you know what I mean? This time, the drapes, didn't match the curtains, you know what I'm saying? This is a case where, like, the case was not the case. You know what I'm saying, man? This was a different case that somebody had acquired for this particular instrument. I opened it up. I thought it was like a first act. As soon as I see it, I was like, I just close it. I was expecting something in my mind from the 70s. Well, I saw it was like some broken tuners on top of it. Some no-name thing I never recognized, man. I just, what I mean, sort of like, hobble away. And Mort's like, hey, man. $30 on a nice guitar there. I was like, yeah, it's kind of a nice parts guitar. He's like, so a whole week's gone by, man. Bobby G's going by. This time he's got a coat on. It's wintertime. Coming up, you know what I mean? Cold at the flea market early in the morning, right? And, I guess he didn't recognize me, even though I've been going there for like 25 years. Like, every single, since I have a driver's license, every single Friday, I'm right there, ready to crack it on. I've turned down certain jobs just because I haven't been able to get there. Right? Anyway, so, man, walking through, man. I'm carrying like 4 guitars, man. I had an all-star, like, you know what I mean, day at the flea market. I was roping in guitars like, you know, a fisherman, like, you know what I mean, prime season, whatever the fuck that's called, man. Like, there, she blows, man. I was getting all kinds of shit going on, man. I had guitars like dragging around. He had no guitars, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, you know, with all my guitars dangling behind me, man. He's like, hey, buddy, you collect guitars? Like, I guess he didn't. You know, I mean, I was just like, ah, no. Yeah, no, I just had like 6 guitars around me. I was like, of course, you know what I mean? So you like electric guitars or just acoustic guitars? So I looked around, it's all acoustic guitar. Yeah, how old Guitkit rolls, man. I'm an acoustic man. Yeah, like I said, I'll take any guitar off your hands, my brother, man. He said, I got 2 in my van. I didn't even bother taking them out, man. Go take a look. And I was thinking in my mind, like processing. I was like, I bet you it's that fucking first act guitar from last week. And some other bullshit guitar, you know. I think he had like a little starter guitar, you know. I was like, and I opened it up and I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. This isn't first act. This is the same guitar I looked at last week. There's some other brand, like a Starforce. What the fuck? And I looked at it, you know what I mean? I looked at the other guitar and I saw saying parts, you know what I mean? I think this is like definitely worth like $20 in parts, you know what I mean? Both these guitars, you know what I mean? I said, be cool, man. I'm gonna get $20. I'm gonna get both these guitars, man. Parts guitars, man. You know, so hey, what's up, man? And I was just coming. I didn't even say nothing. You know what I mean? I was just like, you put the guitar back in there. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah. I mean, and he said, hey, man, $15. Both those guitars are yours, Bobby G. You know what I mean? I was like, I was like, yeah. You know, so I paid him in $2 bills, man. I paid him like in like quarters, man. I paid him in 2-cent pieces, man. You know what I mean? I was as difficult as possible, man. I don't know what happened, man. I don't even remember. Anyway, so this morning I walked away with this. I had no idea what it was, man. I got it home, man. I looked at it. It's kind of like this PRS sort of headstock's missing a tuner. It's got these weird sort of bushings I've never seen before. It says on it, Starforce. Definitely a Samick guitar. Just looking at it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. It could have been my guitar, you know what I mean? Like the first guitar, if you just, you know, and reshaped his headstock. I was playing it, and I was like, let me find out a little information about it, you know what I mean? Because I started like, you know, it doesn't have any strings on it. I started imagining it with strings on it, and I imagined it being a great guitar. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty, you know, it's not a lot of guitars pass through the old Guitkit hands over the years, you know? So anyway, I did a little bit of research on it. This is a definitely a Samick instrument. It was distributed by a company called Tropical Music in Miami. Now, in the mid-'80s, they started like, you know, distributing Samick-made guitars called Palmer. That was their big, you know, brand name, Palmer. You ever see a Palmer guitar, man? You ever see a Palmer? Probably not. They're pretty much marketed to people in Mexico, South America, in the Caribbean, you know what I mean? The UK, certain places in the Virgin Islands, you know what I mean? All over, you know what I mean, that area. You know what I'm saying? Not really in the USA. You know what I'm saying? So, Palmer, I mean, Palmer, man. He's Palmer. What the fuck, man? I never heard the Palmer, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the reaction was in those days, you know what I mean? So he's like, let's change our shit up. So 1988, he changed it up. He started called Starforce. It's a company in Miami. Now, Miami, you know, you ever been to Miami? It's like, you know, I mean, the Spanish world down here. It's like a third world country, some parts of Miami, man. Some parts are cool, man. Other parts are like, hey, man, what you looking at, man? You want to get cut? I'm going to cut you with a razor, man. There's some fucked up shit going on, man. You know what I'm saying? You get all your shots where you go to certain areas of Miami. Anyway, man, I've been there many years. It might have improved. You know what I mean? Anywho, man, none of these guitars, you know what I mean, are bound for the USA. This company, all about the Spanish, man. You know, exporting, distributing. And they're just like basically like, okay, send them here. A lot of them are very popular in Ecuador. A lot of them are popular in Brazil. A lot of them are popular in all over the Caribbean. Just like I was saying, man. Mexico, you know, anywhere where there's a Latino dreaming his guitar dream in 1988. You know what I mean? There was probably somebody, hey man, check out this new Starforce guitar I got, man. Check this out, man. I got it from Miami, USA. Made USA. A lot of people thought they made in USA because right after the first run, because this is from the first run. Oh, gee, don't fuck around, man. You know what I mean? In 1989, they started writing USA there, man, because they wanted to fool the people even more, man. The pamphlet came, said Miami. You know what I mean? I think there's probably a sticker on the back here that said Korea. You know what I mean? Actually, in some countries, you're not even allowed to have no stickers or labels or tags or nothing on it. You export goods to them, man. You believe that, man? That's the rule, man. In the United States, it used to be you had to have like made in whatever. Some countries they don't want no stickers, tags, nothing on it. It's got to be blank, man. Hey, man, the world's a crazy place, man. Some people's one man's garbage, another man's candy. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about tropical. We talked about Miami, USA. We talked about all kinds of stuff. This is a very early one. They used to have a special brand of pickups, man. I believe they were called Scorchers. This is all by memory, man. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked it up. But everything's complete. And if the pickups work, which I haven't tested yet, we're in business, man. Because it doesn't look like other than that little, you know what I mean, tuner, which you get away with some kind of finagle, some shit, you know what I mean? So I've talked for a very long time. I've taken up already like 12 minutes of your time, man. 11 minutes. 11 minutes and 29 seconds. So anyway, we're going to right now just calm down. You know what I mean? Take it easy. Take it light. I'm going to put this on the slab very carefully behind me in the case that I got it in so you guys can experience what happened to me this morning when I was in the back of Mort's van. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, happy October. Welcome to Electric October, man. An electric instrument every single week this entire beautiful month. Peace be with you. Be happy to be alive. I'm going to see you in this lab. I'm going to flip you around. And away we go to the electric October breeze, man. Here's the case. It's the case. That's the case, man. The old Yes sticker, man. Honestly, I never really liked Yes, man. Never really liked them. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend in college, you know, he was bringing a Yes, man. We were both Beatle fans. Hanging out in his room, listening to some like rare Beatle bootlegs. Like, yeah, that was great, man. He's like, hey, I got something you're gonna love, man. His name was Trippy Dave. I was like, all right, Trippy Dave, put it on, man. He put it on. I was like, oh. Well, I was like, what is this horrible, man? With this fucking sticks or something? Man, that's Yes, man. Chris Squire, man. You're Rickenbacker just like McCartney. I was like, I don't care what he played, man. He's just terrible, man. Turn this off, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes is like the quadrifecta of wuss music, man. Yes, Sticks. What's the other one? Air Supply, right? And there's another one, Supertramp. Ugh. Ugh, it's all four of them, man. The only thing cool about Yes is they sort of dissolved in like a Beach Boys faction of craziness. You know what I'm saying? Like they all hate each other. They have all different bands, all claiming to be Yes. All the talented guys in a band called like ARM or something like that. And like all the weenuses are in a band called Yes. Maybe that was the case all along, man. I don't know, man. Never liked Yes. Yeah, I might lose a couple subscribers over that. Hey, man, Chris Squire had Rickenbacker just like McCartney. So did Roger Waters, you know what I mean? Doesn't make him like, you know what I mean, as good as McCartney. You know what I'm saying? Although, you know what I mean, Roger Waters is pretty famous. Here it is, man. Dirty. Does it work now, man? Let's take over the amplifier. Tap on the test. You know what I mean? Plug it in. Just see if we get a sound. 2, 3. Then we'll put it out here on the slab for y'all. We can examine it all purty. I want to know for real if it's for real. You know what I really mean? See you in a second. Guess what, son? Worked. Worked. We plugged it in. Took a second or two. Once it got fired up, move the pots around and get them active again. Woohoo! You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Would benefit from being sprayed down, cleaned up a little bit inside there, man. Other than that, you know what I mean? The only other thing to attend to in this little thing here is We talked about him already. You know what I'm saying? We talked about him. And this is missing here. You know what I'm saying? The sort of missing parts that have to be replaced. Starforce. Follow your instinct, Luke. Follow it. Anyway, man, I'll see you in the laboratory. Let's pull this guy up. Let's look at your electronics. I want to see your gizzards, damn it. I want to see what you got inside of here. You know what I'm saying? Aren't you curious? Aren't you curious? So we'll see you there, man. We'll clean you up. See you in a second, son. I'll see it. See you in a second, son. Turn that down, would you? I can't hear myself think. So welcome back to the laboratory. The castle east, man. So we got this guy unscrewed, man. He's unscrewed, man. He's not a screw anymore. And electronics here, nothing to write home about, really. I want you to see it, man. Looks like these might be some type of alnicos. They're not ceramics. That's a Samick thing, you know what I'm saying? Some type of alnicos. This has got some kind of 80s looking plastic switch. Little dime store pots, man. Little dime store pots. Little dime store bullshit, man. Let's get it from this angle. So I want you to see the full effect of the erector's set, man. You see that, man? Oh! Anyhow, nothing to write home about. We got our man in the corner here, man, with a big long straw attached to his nose, man. Mr. CRC, man. He's gonna clean the shit out of these motherfuckers. What we gotta do is you just spray it at the pot on the underside right here. You know what I mean? Into one of the holes in there. You see there's all kinds of little gaps, man. As soon as you do that, you just want to, you know, when you shake it around, you know, we're gonna do it. 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna do it with the old switcher. Same kind of idea. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. And then after that's done, we're gonna close it up with screws, which I've lined up here. You know what I mean? Very carefully in order. I want to try to use them in the same hurl. Put them in the same hurl they were from, if you can. Not a big deal, folks, though. You know, I mean, I try to be basic, you know, in a very Mr. Rogers way of, like, vlogging to you. I repeat myself sometimes, and sometimes I don't. You know what I mean? We're going to kill some time today, and I'll repeat myself a little bit so you can catch up if you're a little bit slow. So let's do that, man, and I'll see you after we're all cleaned out and screwed back up. You know what I'm saying? You know how you screw it back in there, man? You put it into this hole, and we get a screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? It looks like this is a screwdriver. It's a device. Right? That's called a Phillips. For Charles Phillipson. I don't know if that's true, though, man. I'll see you when we're all screwed up. People, use the force, Luke. Use it or lose it. Alright, since we got it all screwed back up sufficiently so it won't get all sloppy. Now, this guitar is really dirty. It's a mess. And while it's still a mess, let's take a look at these frets, man. Now, these frets are actually, I found on these Samick instruments that they use a very, very strong fret. I played my Epiphone, like, intensely. And to this day, the frets look like they're brand new. That seems to be the case on this beautiful neck, too. You know what I mean? I don't see too much moving and grooving, but it's definitely dirty. You know what I mean? And it's definitely got a lot of play. Anyway, man, I'm going to take a little bit of that sanding block and just go up and down it. You know what I mean? Just to see if there's any kind of slightly unlevel shit. You know what I'm saying, peoples? Alright. That's what we're going to do. See you in a second. Now, son, we got it all shaved up. Nice fret job on that, girl. Well, we did. You know what I mean? We did the frets. We leveled them down. We took the fret file. You know, when you're doing the fret file, you kind of get into like a rhythm, like you know what I mean? And each one you got, you know what I'm saying? That's like all my luthier friends will know what I'm talking about, man. And then you use like the, you know what I mean? The different gauge, you know what I'm saying? The one that's a little bit less coarse, you know what I mean? Each one of them real carefully. I'm at the point where I don't really need the bib around it because I'm expert, man. Expert timing. And then when I was done, I took a little piece of, you know what I mean, super fine grade steel hull, right? And I just did it dry across there, you know what I mean? Just rub it across, and I also cleaned the thread out because all the crap from the fingers was all like turned into like fossil, you know what I mean? It's fossilized, you know what I mean? Petrified, man. Saying ancient. And it just came right off, you know what I mean? Just with that. This was kind of like a matte finish anyway, fretboard on this particular model looked like. Didn't look like there's too much sheen, but it's gonna nice be shined up, man. That's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna start the journey. A little bit of furniture polish, man. Clean it up. You know what I'm saying, man? Dollar Tree furniture polish, man. $1.25 treat. And inflation rough, man. Ain't it rough for you? Listen, Luke. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't use, Luke. I know that you like those quaaludes. Just like Bill Cosby. Hey, Obi. Let's go to Hef's. All right, Bill. You look pretty fine yourself, Bill. What? Don't touch me. Hey. Whoa. So here we are. It's nice and clean. Look how clean it is, man. You believe, man? We cleaned it up. The back is especially clean. Cleanly. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. Nice for the people. Nice for you. Nice for me. Nice for all of us. Some weird kind of like solvent had gotten onto it here at one point, and that's like into the wood over here too. Fingernail polish remover or something, man, you know what I mean? Hey man, it was a glam rock thing in Mexico, bro. Don't fault nobody, man. So let's start worrying about this guy, man. I'm worried about you, Headstock. You're looking sickly. Have you been hanging out with Obi-Wan and Bill Cosby? I've seen them lurking around here. Now look at these weird flat bushings, man. They're kind of unique, man. Unique. I don't have any of them in the drawer. I already checked the special drawer with all the weird stuff in it. Pull out this drawer. I got a whole bunch of these sets of sixes. I don't want to break them up. You know what I mean? None of them match the description. That's all this guy at the bottom. You know what I mean? He's lonely without a home. Homeless man. See that? That's polishing compound. You see that, man? Actually put some polishing compound on to pop the shine, man. See that, man? I don't want you guys to think I was a leper because I had all this kind of white stuff on me. Hey, man, what's all that white stuff behind your hand, man? I polished it up, man. Anyway, let's go back to this, man. Let's stop talking about the polisher. See that, man? It's the right size. Must have been the right time. Must have been the wrong place. Must have been the wrong time. So what we're going to do is just going to flatten it out a little bit. Should have flattened it out. Flatten it out. This is actually chrome finish. This is more of a nickel finish. See that, man? Put your sheet together, man. See that? Chrome is more of a blue, man. Nickel's more of a yeller. Just so you know, amateurs want to, you know, when the main roll is going to roll properly. If you already knew that, well then pardon my French. Let's flatten them out. You know what I mean? Piece of flat paper, man. I'll see you in a moment. Or some people say, a merman. You know what I mean? And that same person probably says, I mean, you have a turlet in this building? Now where I live, I got an outhouse. So there it is, man. Variety of different files we used. Started off on this guy to bring it down. Then I went to this guy. It's got like a more of a, you know what I mean, calming sort of. You know what I'm saying? Basically just stuck like an old piece of pencil inside of it. You know what I mean? And just, kept it nice and, but it's nice and flat now. Nice and flat, you know what I'm saying? It looks very similar. Looks very similar to sucker that's on there right now, I'll say. We're going to put it on here. The regular tuner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now nobody even knows nothing happened. What happened, son? I don't know. And the pot metal that pot metal kind of got a yellower look. So let's go out in the parts drawer and try to find something suitable for this. Take a look at the back. Let's see what we got. Oh, I don't want to break it. Don't break it, man. Alright, so this is pretty standard. Let's see what we got. Come on, friend. Let's take a look. I found something that kind of looks similar. It'll do the job. You know what I mean? It's not perfect. Slightly different. But it lines up. I mean, this hump. This is sort of like a pyramid, and this is just like a, you know what I mean? Like a turtle cut in half or something. I don't even know how to describe that, man. My geometric description. Also, this has got like a little flourish, like a little classical guitar flourish. I actually have this from a Mexican guitar made in Mexico. It's got that same flourish, but I couldn't get this thing apart. So, you know what I mean? Maybe one day I'll come across one of these old Samick tuners. I mean, right now, I really don't give a shit. Nobody's ever going to see this, except for me. So, let's put some screws in there, man. I got some old used screws here, man. A little bit of rust and dust, man. Let's put some screws in here and flip it around for the people. Like I said, man, don't like breaking up this set, man. Wedding bells are breaking up. That old gang of mine. Peace be with you all the time. Mm-hmm. 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 So, looks great. Front, back, side to side, man. You know what I'm saying? From back, side to side. And the title, too. Got some moms. The cleaner wax. They call it cleaner wax because as you wax it, kind of cleans some schmutz off of it. You know what I'm saying? And it leaves a lustrous finish, man. I always like to reintroduce people to things if I haven't ever showed you what it looks like inside there. Well, I'm not going to show you. You know what I mean? You just have to wait for another opportunity, man. Sorry about that, man. I don't have much time to waste. So I'm gonna open this up, man, with my mystery pad. Wax it all down, man. All over it. The whole 9 yards, man. The kit and the caboodle, man. And then we're gonna put this guy back on. The old nert. We got the nert right here, man. Glue him on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, I'm a little tired of doing this Guitkit stuff right now. You know what I mean? You have to see me fresh tomorrow, but it'll be all shiny. And it'll be all sheeny. And it'll be all time to say, wow, isn't that sheeny? Shiny? Look at this. There's a little screw just hanging out of this fucking thing. See that? A mystery screw. Where did that come from? Must have been stuck to this. You know what I mean? Must have been stuck to this magnet, man. Isn't that crazy, man? Just hanging out, man. Look at that, man. Live in the studio. Let's wax it up, people. Wax on, wax off. Oh, Mr. Miyagi, I don't think you should be watching me while I'm using the bathroom. I'm just trying to, I'll make you take your drug test. Daniel-san. This is the next date, man. Look how shiny it is, man. Look how shiny that looks. Sure is shiny, son. I don't know for sure, but if we didn't know better, I'd say it's a little bit too shiny. No such thing as too shiny, man. So we got this guy clamped up. Had him clamped up overnight. He's probably ready to go. What are we to put on this string wise, man? I had a beautiful brand new set of Diodarios, man. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I only have one set left. Like nice guitar strings. I don't want to blow it right here in the beginning of electric October or nothing. For some guitar I already have 20 of them. No, come on. Just relax, kid. Relax. Anyway, I got these like bunches of full sets of electric strings that I've pulled off of guitars that, you know what I mean? I don't know. Probably shouldn't have had those strings on them. Or, you know what I mean? I don't know. So over the years, sometimes you have like sets of, electric strings that just, you took off one guitar. Maybe one day, you know what I mean, the next leap will be the leap home, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about that new quantum leap, man. I'm protesting that, man. I'm protesting it for Scott Bakula, man. The Scott Bakula Trust, man. I'm not down with this new guy, man. I'm not down with him. Nothing to do with who he is or anything. Or the Ghostbuster either, man. You know what I'm saying? I just think they should have left well enough alone. You know what I'm saying? As a Quantum Leap fan. You know what I'm saying? No leaping without Sam, man. No leaping without Sam. No leaping without Sam. Sam! 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 Let's see the glamour shots. Pump up the volume. Pump up the gain. Hey. Just when I'm thinking I'm cruising smooth sailing, I come up with all kinds of bullshit. First of all, this thing's all bent. I had to take off the damn plate just to get strings in there, and I got a string in there, man. I'll tell you something, man. The action's very high. So, you know what I mean? Open this guy up, man. Truss rod, man. I got the right wrench and everything, man. I bottomed it all the way out, man. Went all the way, you know what I mean? Still real high. So we're gonna have to shim this fucking thing, man. Leave that, man. Now usually I just shim it. You see me at the lamp shop, so I have to shim it, man. But now we're gonna take you inside the shim, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know what we're talking about. We're gonna have to unscrew this neck, man. You know what I'm saying? Special moments. Precious moment. When will I see you again? Got that neck off that turkey. He was struggling, moving around. Cut it off like the woodsman. I'm a real woodsman, Daddy. Look at this, man. Wood, man. That's the sound of quality, man. Yeah, I got a piece of cardboard, man. I love this particular kind of cardboard. I saved these from a couple years ago. I used to run all these factories, man. I was a factory hiring, man. This is an old time card for my man, Craig Boxwell, man. Craig Boxwell, wherever you are, my brother. Peace be with you, man. His name was Boxwell, man. His job was, according to him, I fuck with the boxes out in the back, Bobby. That's what he told me, man. And his real name was Boxwell, man. That's his true name, man. So we're to cut this, like around there. Fold it 3 times. We're gonna put that right here. And then we're gonna put this guy over here, Miguel. And we're gonna push you down. Push you down like the gelatin. Show you when it's folded, because I'm gonna do this step by step, man. Some of you guys, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know what I mean. I gotta base my audience upon what they know. I don't know what you know or don't know. So let's learn a little bit. Let's sit in a circle. Let's talk about it. So I got it folded 3 ways, man. 3 times 3 is 3. 3 is the loneliest. We got that in the cut, man. Yeah, we got that guy waiting out in the cut, man. Let's take this old neck. Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson, man. Greatest actor. Was he acting toward you? Yeah, he was acting toward me. Look at that, man. And if you keep a string on here, semi-taut, you can see your progress. I like the way we're feeling with that slant, thick stuff. We're going to put these screws back in correctly. You know what I'm saying? We got them exactly how we took them out. We don't want to mess it up. You know what I mean? Especially with the neck screws. That's more pertinent. Perv is pertinent, man. Perv is pertinent in the perf knives. That's the name of my new band, man. I'll see you at the Glam Shots. Sorry for that detour. But at least you got your learn on, man. Learn on is bond, man. There it is, man. What a disappointment. What a piece of garbage instrument this is, man. Horrible. I mean, the trim block's all broken off. And this thing's all pulling up. Like a cheesy 80s Kramer, you know what I mean? Focus or something, you know what I mean? It's horrible. And to make that matters worse, like all these screws are stripped. You know what I mean? And that block is broken and crumbled off. And like, you know what I mean? Getting the strings in there, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. You actually have to take the trem off for the most part. It's a mess, man. I'm complaining and complaining. These tuners don't work that well. You know what I mean? They're garbage. You know what I mean? Garbage, man. That being said, I haven't really plugged it in yet. You know, I haven't listened to it. Electronified. I might plug this in my amplifier and be like, wow, this is incredible. But chances are I'm not. I would plug in my amplifier and say, hey, man, this is a disappointment as well. Yodel must resign, he will. Disappointment he was. Starforce failure it is. Garbage it plays like. Obi-Wan fucked me, he did. Plans he made, bad they were. Methamphetamines he's using. Miyagi's drug test says they are. Let's listen to this fucking thing, because I can go on and talk like Yoda all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a fucking Jedi. But I'll spare you all the details, man. It's a horrible instrument. Peace be with you, people. See you on the last moments of our little segment. Guitkits, folks. Early 8000 series. One of the first ones ever on this planet. Starforce. Or also known as Obi-Wan's Folly. Design school money he squandered. Cocaine he liked. Sorry, Obi, man. I like Obi, man. So here we are again. You know what I'm saying? Together. Got a guitar in my hands. We're going to talk a little bit. We like to talk about birthdays and events. You know what I'm saying? Today in history kind of stuff. And we usually like to pick a round number. And there's a special anniversary that I haven't even mentioned this year. I like to mention because I'm a mentioneer. Paul McCartney turned 80 years old. Love you, Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney probably is my favorite Beatle. Wasn't always my favorite Beatle. I've been a Beatle fanatic since I was like 13. When I was 13 years old, I was at Toys R Us. And I remember there was a book called John Lennon in My Life. 2 copies of it. Me and a friend of mine both got this same exact book, and we read it cover to cover. We talked about it. You know what I mean? We were like, we immersed ourselves. Then my mom bought on discount The Lives of John Lennon by Albert Goldman, and I read that thing front to back. And as a 13-year-old, I mean, there's a lot of salacious things in there, but there's a lot of true stuff in there. You know what I mean? It made me, you know what I mean, realize John Lennon was a human being, and it made me like, I like John Lennon. John Lennon's my boy, you know what I mean? Even all the crazy things those publications said about him, you know? John Lennon's my favorite Beatle. Yeah. John Lennon, man, he's crazy, you know? He did, everything he did just doesn't make sense, you know? A 13-year-old kid, you know, with a little bit of rebelliousness, and that's cool, you know? So I was in high school, you know, and I had this, I was a freshman level, and I had this creative writing class, and there was a girl who was a couple years older than me, a year or two older than me. Her name was Wendy, and she's a huge Beatles fan. She found out I was a Beatles fan. She said, so who's your favorite Beatle? You know what I mean? I was like, John, you know what I mean? Right off the bat, she's like, you answer so quickly, I don't think you're a true fan. I said, well, Paul McCartney was born the 18th of June, 1942. I was like going all kinds of stuff, man. I was saying all kinds of facts and data. You know what I mean? You know, Ringo Starr had 6, left toes, and 3 testicles. You know, I knew everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I met Pete Best. You know what I'm saying? Paul McCartney pointed at me. These are true facts, people. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, you might be a true fan, but a true fan likes all the Beatles equally. And I was like, what? Like, fuck George and Ringo, man. They didn't do nothing, man. She's like, she was kind of like Yoda with me. Anyway, I remember one day she's like, this weekend, McCartney's on Unplugged. You should watch it. McCartney's on Unplugged, huh? And I was excited. I started getting excited. I listened to all my Beatles albums. I listened to all the McCartney cuts. I'm singing that on Ray B. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, McCartney is good, man. You know, McCartney, boy, man. He played Unplugged. And he played mostly a couple of Beatles songs there, but mostly stuff like I didn't know. You know what I mean? And I wrote all the names I guessed it was down there, but it was incredible. It blew me away. I was like, wow, man, this guy's excellent, you know? And so I saw the girl next Monday. Yeah, and you see McCartney Unplugged. It was incredible, man. It was incredible. I was excited about it. I videotaped it. I, recorded not only videotape it, but audio cassette of it as well. You know what I mean? Directly off it. It used to be simulcast on the cable system. We had cable. I had it right through the receiver and everything. Perfect, on metal cassette. You know what I mean? I was ready to go. You know. She said, really? She's like, I didn't get to see it. I had to go somewhere. I was so upset. And I let her copy this, and then she was so respectful. She made copies of it. And she came back, she's like, I saw on this tape here, you have all these weird, titles for these song titles that are the wrong titles. And I said, wrong title. This is before Wikipedia, you know what I mean? And she's like, you obviously don't have McCartney. She's like, I love Paul McCartney. She says, no. She pulled out of her backpack an old vinyl copy of McCartney 1, you know what I mean? I was like, what? She said, this is for you. She gave me a Ringo album. She gave me, over the coming years, this girl Wendy was like, you know what I mean? She was one of those, you know what I mean? One of those friends that you look back on when you get older and you're like, wow, that was an important friend. Even though I might not have understood it at the time. You know what I'm saying? When a friend, her name was Jen. You know, Wen and Jen. I wasn't a friend with Jen. I don't remember. Jen had red hair. That's all I know about her. Other than that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She could have been a guy. You know what I mean? But Wendy, she was cool. So this song I wrote on the back of that particular cassette, "And Be With You," is called "Every Night." That's the name of it, man. McCartney plays this all the time. Every night I lean on a lamppost, just wasting my time. Every night I lay on a pillow, just resting my mind. Every morning brings a new day, and every night that day is through. But tonight I just want to stay in and be with you, and be with you. Paul McCartney, man, happy 80th birthday. I love you, man. I really do. You are my favorite Beatle, man. You are my favorite Beatle. I love you. Lashana Tova, Paul McCartney's wife. You know what I'm saying? What's up, people? International man of mystery, man. Guitkit, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Electric October, man. Get those electric blankets out. It's getting cold, man. See you next time. If there's next time, peace be with you.